she had lice. They fall from the sky. Now it's time to deal with it. Did you guys find the wood pile? Is that so fun? Is that so fun? So many things to climb on, huh? Hello, sweet girl. Hello, sweet girl. Hello. How's our good mama? Such a good mama. She's pulled her hair bald in spots. Silly girl. But she's doing good with these babies. Look at them. They're getting so big and fat. Hey guys, and happy fall. As you can see, it's quite lovely out. Low 60s, beautiful leaves everywhere. It's a nice fall day, which means it's a perfect day for me to come out and deal with some issues we're having with the goats. So, the day before Adeline was due to kid, I noticed she had just a little patch of flaky skin on her back. So, you know, just check it out. You know, could just be her winter coat coming in. No big deal, but I'd look just in case. And lo and behold, she had lice. Now, goat lice is species specific. So it only affects goats. They can only get it from goats, which begs the question, where in the world did it come from? I have heard people say that they fall from the sky, and I'm inclined to believe it because we haven't been around other goats. They haven't been around other goats. Who knows? But she had them. Since she was so close, everybody was so close to giving birth. I talked with my manager, and we decided to just wait till after the babies were born before dealing with it. And, well, all the babies are born now. They're doing great, so now it's time to deal with it. And as usual, we're going to be treating this holistically with what's left. I have a new bag, but diatomaceous earth and sulfur. Now, we did get this mineral buffet in here in the spring after we dealt with the mites. And I was really hoping that that would prevent any kind of other issues like this. But we have noticed that they tend to only eat from a few of the cups, and then others they just ignore. And so we're going to try to move those around. Some of them are like just too low to where they soil in them, and of course then they're not going to eat them. So we're going to move those around and see if we can refresh them, see if we can't get them eating those better. The ones they like, they really like, and then the rest they just ignore. And sulfur would be the one that usually is attributed to lice. So we're going to do that, but then we're also going to be dusting all of the goats from head to hoof pretty much with diatomaceous earth and sulfur to kill off the lice that they have. I'm going to be cleaning out this entire barn and dusting it with the diatomaceous earth as well to kill any in the bedding or in the floorboards. And then in like a week or two, we'll come back and do it all again so that the new ones that hatch out, we can get them as well. So fun times, guys. I'm wearing gloves because sulfur is stinky and it stays with you. Anyways, I just fill this little sock with some diatomaceous earth and some sulfur because I found when I was treating with the mites, it makes less of a mess and helps you get it more concentrated. We'll see how long she maintains her patience with me. But the one thing you do want to watch out for is just not to make big puffs, because you don't want it you don't want them breathing it. It's okay for them to ingest it. We just don't want it to get in their lungs or your lungs. We've got to work this into the sock a little bit here. And work it down into the fur. The wind's blowing that way, so if we get a few little puffs, it'll be okay. This is not as easy to see as the sulfur was, straight sulfur. I don't know, is it coming out good?
Not very well.
The sock isn't saturated enough. I mean, we could just dust it on, but I thought this would be the easier way to do it. So we can just oop, lots of the time there. I'm gonna get this all over my shirt. Yep, that's making a huge mess. And I want it down at the skin, not in the fur. Yeah, it was too much. You enjoying those rubs? Yeah? Smells like sulfur. And one side. You look like a completely different color now. Not sure about standing on this, are ya? Does it feel weird? Is it not as easy to stand on here as it is on the ground? I don't know. Good enough? Mm-hmm. There you go. Hopefully these big squirrels will be a little bit easier. One thing I forgot to mention is that with all parasites, internal or external, you're going to have more of an issue when immune systems are down, such as when they're pregnant, which is probably why this popped up now, because they were very heavily pregnant at the time. So hopefully now that they are no longer pregnant and their immune systems are working a little better, we'll be able to kick these soon. I did notice that they're not as bad after having babies. So hopefully this will kick it out quickly. Honestly, it's hard to find a good balance of here of how much to, like, you're trying not to get it to puff up all over the place because you don't want them like inhaling it. Trying to keep the wind to their face so that it at least is blowing away from them, you know. Just gotta get enough to get it in there. Does that feel good? You like a good rub. That's nice, huh? Nope, stay here. You like a good rub in certain places. You're gonna be a whole different goat. Remember that time we cleaned out all of those cardboard boxes from the loft area and she was like super filthy? That's what she looks like right about now. She's doing good.
Hey guys, before I wrap up this video, I just wanted to kind of give you a conclusion to the whole matter here. Excuse my voice, I am fighting a cold. Yeah, we'll see how long it holds out here. So, the thing with treating parasites is that you usually have to dose more than once. At the outset, kills the adults, and then once the eggs have had a chance to run their cycle and hatch out, you treat again before they have a chance to lay more eggs. I was finding really two different answers to how long that life cycle was for goat lice. Some people said 2 weeks, some people said 1 week. Couldn't find a straight answer. So, around 8 or 9 days after the first time that I dusted all the goats, cleaned out their bedding and everything, by that point, they had really started eating the minerals a lot better since we moved them around and refilled them and everything. Even the babies, they're like jumping up on top of it, eating it all the time. And they actually had started eating a lot of sulfur, which is great. That's what we wanted them to do because that's why we have the lice, because they were low in sulfur. So around that 8 or 9 day mark, I had been checking them fairly regularly, and that's about when I started to see a couple of adult lice starting to pop up again. So I went ahead and treated again, this time just with the diatomaceous earth, not the sulfur, since they were ingesting it now. After that, things in the barn got a little crazy. There was some other issues going on and stuff like that, which I will tell you about in the next couple of weeks. But yeah, just with that preoccupying my mental state, I had intended to come back and also treat at the 2 week mark, but with all of that going on, I kind of didn't. And for the most part, everybody was looking actually really good, so I wasn't too worried about it. But I have since seen just a few lice on some of the babies again. So, I think that's on me. I think it probably would have been fine if I had, treated at the 2 week mark again, but life happens, so I didn't. At this point, I really needed to start moving some of those babies and getting them sold because they were eating us out of house and home. I mean, especially Adeline's babies. She's kind of trying to wean them early, I think, and so they are eating a ton of hay. I am having to refill completely empty hay feeders 3 times a day. And yeah, we just are having a hard time keeping up with them. They're eating a lot right now. So I'm really needing to get some of those moved on. Plus, like I said, Adeline is just getting irritated with having 3 babies fighting over her, and so she's just like done. So if we can get one or two off of her. I think that would help her. And so I just need to get them moved, but I can't in good conscience sell them when I know that they may have lice still. So I did go ahead and order some Cylence, which is a chemical option for dealing with lice, mites, what have you. It's supposed to be very, very effective. That should be coming in today, I believe. I'm not gonna do it on the adults. It says that there's no milk or meat withdrawal, but I just don't feel comfortable with that. So I'm not gonna put it on the adults, but I will do it on the babies so that I can get that taken care of and get them on their merry ways. So there you have it. That's what we have chosen to do. You know, do your research, make your own decisions, what's gonna be best for your specific goats on your specific situation for your farm. But for us, that's just what it came down to. So I hope this was informative to you. I hope you've learned a little bit about goat lice and a couple of different options of how to treat it. And hopefully you never have to worry about it. But if you do, hopefully this video was helpful and giving a little bit of information to work off of when deciding what is best for you and your situation. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you next week.